Hey guys, what's up? Z-Dub with Fish Lyfe Outdoors here. I wanted to take an opportunity to rerun a video here on Throwback Thursday of a video that I did late last year. I kind of messed up. I did it toward the end of season, but I did a video on some tips and tricks of cleaning a deer once you've harvested one, cleaning and quartering it, skinning it out and getting all the meat out. So with deer season fast approaching, I'm hoping you can get some more out of this and, maybe learn a trick or two, or maybe you can tell me what I'm doing wrong, or how you clean a deer in the comments. I got no problem with that. Also a little bonus footage on this video of the old prime deer dog Drake doing a little bit of work. So, hey, y'all check it out. Hope you enjoy it. Hey, what's up, Fish Life degenerates? Welcome to camp. Let's see if we can put some meat in the freezer. All right, guys, we've made it to the stand. Give you a look at what I'm hunting. Got about a 200-yard lane right here. About a 175-yard lane right here. And I got the road that I came in on. It's about 150 yards. Got the old trusty heater because it is more naturally cold. It's like 28 this morning. Got the old 7 mag right here. Got my bag. Got my binoculars. Old cuz is running a little bit late, but he said he's gonna be here to hunt. So the goal of this weekend, big buck or mature doe, get some freezer meat. We got to start thinning our herd of does out. So who knows? Let's see what happens. All right, guys, so y'all saw me bust that big doe a minute ago. I done went and got the world-class tracker, old Drake. But first thing, what I always like to do is I like to find a little blood. And I have found that right there. See that? That goes off that direction right there. Now, look, I don't know if y'all noticed in the video, but that deer literally circled around and crashed right out here in the woods, about 20 yards in the woods at the end of the right of way. I saw the deer go down. You probably did too if you paid attention to the video. But it's always good to get your dog some work, always. So if you're just starting out trying to make a deer dog, no matter what circumstance is, get them on blood, get them on deer, or even if they're an experienced dog. Heck, man, it's what they like to do. So I'm about to turn Drake loose, and I know he's gonna find a deer. I know where the deer is. I can find it, but again, I want to get my dog some work. Drake, look here, look here, look right here, look right here. Go, Drake, go. There he goes. He's on it. Drake, what you got, man? What you got, buddy? You trying to tear that leg off? You trying to get that leg? On the positive side, I heard old Captain Son, I heard him shoot, you know, about a half mile back behind me on another stand we got. So let's go see what old Cuz done. All right, guys, in our never-ending quest to fill the freezer, old Cuz Captain Son here with Cajun Encounter Swamp Tours down in Slidell, Louisiana. Y'all get down there, y'all check it out. He puts on a really good tour. So Cuz got to camp a little bit late this morning. Me and DW was already out on the stand. He drove straight on into a stand. I don't know, well, you sit there, what, 20 minutes? Tell us what happened.
And two came out, and I was able to pop me a nice old dose. Saw one other deer, but don't know what it was right after it got in the stand.
That sucker gonna make some good burger and sausage, ain't it?
Dang right.
All right, so now it's time to break out the real OG, the official K9 pro staffer for Fish Lyfe Outdoors. Drake out the back, put the nose to the ground. We're gonna see if we can't go find some brown. Hey, Cuz, turn him loose.
Go get him, Drake.
Good job. Good job, Drake. Good job. Drake, get him more. Get him, man. Good job, buddy.
That's some purity old.
Good job. All right, Fish Lifer, so we're back at camp. Old Z-Dubs done changed clothes. A little pro tip. Before you clean your deer, if you got an extra set of clothes, go ahead and put them on. That way your hunting clothes don't get all dirty. Now we got our cleaning rack here. We're about to show y'all how we clean deer. Now, it's not the right way, it's not the wrong way, it's our way. It's how we clean deer, okay? We hang our deer from the back legs up. You'll see a lot of people hang them from the neck. We just don't do it that way. So you see we got our A-frame here. That's how we're gonna hang the deer up. Now, step number one is gonna be to take the back legs and cut a little slit right here in between the Achilles tendon and the leg bone right there. You can see we've already cut a little slit right there. And basically, you just slide your A-frame in both sides like that. And then we also got a handy little crank here. And just crank your deer on up. All right, now that we've got our deer hung up, another little pro tip for you. Unless you want to be sitting here trying to cut your meat and all that, and that deer just spinning like that, hey, get you a simple little bungee strap right here. Hook it to your A-frame. Now your deer won't spin when you're trying to cut it. All right, now once we've got our deer hung up, got the bungee strap installed to keep the deer stable. First thing we want to do is we want to work on these front shoulders, okay? Now, in a minute, you'll see a step where we're actually caping the whole deer out, and all that excess skin is going to be hanging down here. So if you're going to get the front shoulders, if you didn't tear them up with your shot, then it's best to go ahead and get them extracted now. That way, whenever you do cape your deer out, you don't have all that skin hanging on the meat you're trying to get to. All right, now the way we're going to extract our front shoulders, okay, is right here, just above the knee joint. We're going to ring that. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get all the way down to the bone there, or just make sure you're cutting the skin right. We're gonna do that on both sides. All right, now that we've got both of our front shoulders ringed up, the way we're gonna extract these shoulders is we're gonna take our knife and put it right here, and we're gonna slice all the way up to the chest, or the brisket, if you will. Okay, we're gonna do that on both sides. Now, the way I'm kind of holding this shoulder steady is I'm just putting the front hoof there between my knees. So now we've got the skin split all the way around. Now, basically, all we're gonna start doing is just start trimming this skin away from the shoulder, okay, all the way until we can get it extracted. See how that skin, Drake, get back. See how that skin just peels on back? And that's what we're after right there, is get that shoulder out. All right, guys, so now that we've got our front shoulders extracted, now we can start caping the deer out and get to the really good stuff, the back strap, the belly straps, and them hams. Now, the first step we're gonna take in caping this deer, notice again, we've got our deer hung between the Achilles tendon and that leg bone. You're gonna have to trim and cut right around here, okay, just to peel the skin. Very important, do not cut this Achilles tendon. That's what's holding this deer up on this A-frame. If you do accidentally cut it, your whole deer is gonna fall down in you, or one side of it's gonna fall down. If you cut both of them, it's gonna fall down. Then you're gonna have to tie your leg up to your A-frame like this. And it's happened before, we've done it, but it's a pain in the you know what. So, what's going on, cuz? Cuz, what happened? Drake get you?
Slipped on that trailer.
You all right? All right, so once we get our skin trimmed right around the Achilles tendon, then we don't have to be quite as careful. We're gonna ring the hide right here to where it meets up, and then we'll just, you know, go to trimming the skin all the way down, which will allow us to get to the back straps right in here, which is, man, that's my favorite part of deer right there, the back straps. And then we can also get the tenderloins, or the belly straps, if you will, which will be right in here. Now, one thing you're gonna see is we don't never mess with the ribs or get the ribs off the deer down here. Look, bottom line is our deer just don't carry enough weight. They don't have enough meat on them ribs. You know, if we were in Kansas, Iowa, something along them lines, we might be able to extract those ribs and get that meat off them ribs. But honestly, just to be perfectly honest, just not enough to mess with. So we don't fool with it. So, all right, let's get to skinning. All right, we just ring that front portion. Here's the part where we gotta be super careful. We gotta be really careful trimming that skin around that Achilles tendon, because that's the last thing we wanna do is cut that Achilles tendon, which is holding our deer up on the A-frame. All right, now we've got our hindquarters rung. We were very careful not to cut that Achilles tendon, which is holding our deer up. So now we're just basically gonna split this deer from here all the way down just below the belly, and then all the way down the hide right here. And then we're gonna go from here down to meet that split as well. That way we can actually start trimming our hide and caping the deer out. Now what I'm gonna use for this is a little gut hook. See that right there? Okay, it's just a Gerber knife with a gut hook. We've got our hindquarters rung right here. So now I'm just gonna take that gut hook and put it right in there underneath the skin, and just start coming on down with it. I'm gonna get to here, I'm gonna go all the way down. Okay, so as you can see, that skin is split. Okay, so now we can kind of start trimming it. But before we do that, now we got to get on this side. Okay, so you can see that. We're gonna get on this side with our gut hook and basically just come down and meet this split right here. That way we can fold this back, start folding this out. All right, so again, now that we've got our hide split all the way down the middle and from each hind quarter, now we can just start peeling the skin back. Okay, I've already started a little bit. We're just gonna start peeling that. And now on this side, we'll start here and just start peeling that back and work it all the way around to where we can eventually, okay, muscle up on it and kind of push that hide all the way down, which will let us get to them back straps. All right, so what we've done is, again, we've already peeled it back from where we split the deer right down the middle. You can see we've already peeled off the front and off the hindquarters. Now, once you get around this little butt muscle right here, you're gonna get down to the tail. You hear that? Okay, that's the tail. That's just a little small bone. A lot of times you can reach up, you can just grab that tail and just pop it. Okay, and it'll just break free. Okay, now once we do that, we don't necessarily have to sit here with our knife and skin the deer all the way down. I'll show you a little trick. You can take your hide that you peeled off, roll it up like so. What this is gonna do is give you a real good grip. And then you can just put your weight on it and just peel all the way down. Look at that, boom. That's where we got our front shoulders. That's why we got them out early, because if we hadn't, then when we peeled this hide down, it would just be balled up and sitting right here. It'd have made it that much harder to get your front shoulders out. Now that we've got our deer skinned, okay, and caped out, now we can start working on getting what we came for, which is the back straps, hindquarters, belly straps. All right, so as you can see, I've already trimmed the fat back on one side of the back straps. What I personally like to do, now you can extract the back straps with all that fat on it. I would rather, it's so much easier to just do it right here while it's hanging, okay? And basically all I'm trimming now is I'm just trimming the fat off of that back strap. And if you trim your fat now, it just makes it that much easier on you here in a second when you're trying to extract it, and also when you're getting it prepared to take to the processor. All right, so I've got my back straps trimmed. I got all this fat and stuff off the top of them here. You can see that there. Now, the way I'm going to extract these back straps is the spine of the deer is running right here. Okay, listen. Hear that? That's the spine of the deer right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my knife, and on each side of the spine, okay, I'm just going to cut all the way up the spine till the back strap meets the hind quarter. And then I'm going to do the same thing going all the way down to the neck. I'm going to do that on both sides of the spine now. So now that I've got it cut down the side, each side of the spine, now I'm going to come up here to the top where the back strap actually meets up with this curve of the hind quarter right here, or the big ham, if you will. I'm just going to cut straight across right there. Now that I've got it cut across, now I can get in there real carefully and start peeling this back strap off of the edge of the spine and the rib cage with my knife here. Now, as you can see, I've already started peeling the back strap down. You'll be surprised how easy you can just start shaving it off now all the way down to the bottom. If you just get your knife in there, get the point of your knife in there and just kind of start cutting where the membranes are holding the back strap into the rib cage, it'll just peel right on off. And there we have one of the back straps from this big old doe, mature doe. This is the good stuff right here. What we'll do is we'll slice this up, tenderize it, throw it in the fryer. Woo-hoo, son. All right, so now I done got the deer turned around. I done switched my bungee strap up to where it's on the other side now. Just want to be able to show you how we extract these belly straps. Now they're completely covered right now, okay, with the skin, not the skin, but some fat and some membrane that's actually holding the belly and connects it up to the hind quarters. So what we're going to do right up here at the top, you'll see this little, it's like a little line of cartilage right here. We're just going to cut that, okay, and notice how it opens up a little hole into the urine sac right here. And then we just start kind of peeling this cartilage and membrane back. Now, very important, there's a big bubble sac right here. You do not want to pierce that or this right here, because the smell is god awful. So be really careful not to cut into your actual gut sac here. All right, now we're actually gonna extract these tenderloins about the same way we did the back strap, okay? We're gonna find where the spine is in there, you know, the bottom of the spine. And we're basically just gonna cut right on up and then make like a little U-turn, okay? We're gonna make a U-turn right here, and you can see that tenderloin just kind of starts falling down right there. Okay, and then we're just gonna start trimming. There's our tenderloin right there. Now, throw this in a crock pot with some au jus and some onion soup mix. Let it sit in there 6-8 hours. Take it out, shred it, put it on some Hawaiian rolls. Oh, unbelievable. You will not be disappointed, I promise. All right, now that we've got our back straps out, our tenderloins out, and now it's time to start working on quartering these hindquarters and get them ready to either take to a processor or to process the meat yourself. Now, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna have to clean out this little cavity in here, which is where the urine sac is, okay? Be careful, if that urine sac's full and you pinch it, that deer urine's gonna go everywhere, so just be mindful of that. But basically, you just take your knife and start cutting all around the edges of this cavity. That's bone in there. That's leg bone and hip bone, okay? Once you get it, you know, start cutting it, then you can get your fingers in there, grab it, and kind of start pulling on it and getting all that out of that cavity. Again, we want to do this before we quarter and separate these two hindquarters. Now, as you can see, we done got that cavity cleaned out now. Hear that? We're straight bone there right now. So now we can just take our knife and split the hindquarter, the meat, right down the middle till we get to the bone, okay? Because what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our Sawzall right here in a second, and we're gonna cut this off straight across here to where our guts fall in the gut bucket. Then we're also gonna take our saw and cut right down the center of this big hip bone. That way the hindquarters will separate and you can care for them and maneuver them a little bit easier. And that's how most processors would rather get their deer, with them quartered like this. All right, so now we're gonna take our Sawzall and just cut right across here and have all this fall into the gut bucket, because this is just waste. You know, we're not gonna do anything with any of this. Make sure you have your gut bucket positioned properly. Now that we've separated the hindquarter from the rest of the quartered, you know, the spine and all the, and the guts and all that, and we've already split our meat right down here. We've already emptied this cavity right here. Now we're just gonna slice right down through here. What you say, Papa Frank? Everybody, hey, get excited. We got a special guest on the show today. We got old Frank Bush, old Dink Master Senior. Y'all remember from the last video. Okay, so now that we've got our hindquarters actually quartered, okay, we just pop them off the A-frame like this. Now is the time to cut our Achilles tendon. So we're gonna cut that. We're gonna actually wring the meat off of this leg bone, okay? And once again, we're gonna take our Sawzall and just cut that bone off. And when you got a good deer dog that finds your deer for you, you let him have leg bone. Get him, man. Good job, buddy. All right, so now that we've got our deer clean and quartered up, probably the final step before either processing the deer yourself or taking it to the processor is we've got all our meat laid here in the sink. We're just gonna give it a nice little rub down and wash it off. Try to get a lot of this excess blood off here, okay? And then we'll take our gut bucket and we'll go dump it at our gut pile. Now listen, if you are one of the people who just drives around and finds a dirt road and dumps your gut bucket, to hell with you. You're a bum, okay? If you're a part of a deer camp, designate a place to dump your guts. There ain't nothing worse than trying to pull in one of our dirt roads here and there be a deer carcass laid in the middle of it. If I ever catch you, I'm gonna whoop your ass, okay? So don't ever do that. Don't be that guy. Other than that, hey, really appreciate you guys watching this episode of Fish Lyfe Outdoors. I hope this little tip and trick on how to clean a deer will help you guys out in the future. So never forget now, when you bought that life, yeah, you just got to get out and live it, baby.